Okay, let's talk about step one on how you can become rich and successful. Number one, we need to change our entire mindset. What we read, what we watch, my handwriting's not the best, get used to it. Read, watch, I'm going to say hang out with. Now let's just focus on this for like 5 minutes. I believe there's not one meeting that I cannot get. I believe I can broker any deal anywhere in the country. You can give me a yacht. I know nothing about boats. Give me a yacht, I will broker the deal. I just believe my mindset's there. I also believe that I can make an infinite amount of money. I also believe that I'm worth millions and millions and millions of millions and millions of dollars. True inspiration, I'll give you guys my whole thing. Grant Cardone was a till he was 25 years old. I've looked up to Grant for a long time. I look at it like this. I'm learning from Grant Cardone when I'm 23. That's when I really started getting really crazy. So 5 or 6 years ago, when I was 23 years old, I was like, oh, if he can be worth $500 million by the time he's 50, and he started off doing and really just got his life together at 26, I think if I'm using him as a head start with his 30 years of knowledge, I might be able to get there a little bit faster. So mindset, if he can do it, I can do it. Bad things are going to happen. Things are going to go left. Things are going to go right. You are literally, death is inevitable. Life will happen. So let's figure out how to become stronger as an individual. I already know adversity is going to come. I already know. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to get stronger mentally. Give me more negativity. Give me more pressure. Give me more stress. So here's the whole game. The most important thing you guys don't understand, speed. If I want to learn how to make $1 million a year in real estate, let's talk about just real estate. What's the quickest way to get there? Cold calling. Okay, but I'm not good at cold calling. How the do you get good? By doing it a lot, making a lot of calls, high frequency, very often, and learning. Okay, I want to make $1 million in 1 year. That's going to be tough if I've never made 100 grand. So I need to learn as quickly as humanly possible. What is the base? Like, all right, hold on. All right, here's the questions I'd be asking. I'm a real estate agent, Nucci. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. Number one, find a broker. I would go meet with 5 people and I would say, I like this person. I like this person. Who do you resonate with? Who do you feel is a loyal, genuine, good person? That brokerage. If they're not the biggest name in town, doesn't matter. Go be around somebody that is a winner. Okay? Go be around somebody who has the energy, the charisma, and can be a good leader. Number 2, mindset. I'm going to start reading only things that pertain to success, that pertain to self-development, that pertain to sales, that pertain to money management. You guys are going to get a college degree here that not even Harvard's going to teach you, and I'm going to give it to you for free. Here's the problem. Nobody teaches this other than a few people. Here's the thing you guys don't understand. I'll tell you right now. We just spoke about speed. I want to learn the commercial real estate game. I met with 5 mentors already this week. 5. And guess what? Not one person I met with was worth less than 100 million. Not one. Bro, I need to learn this commercial game. Can you teach me? I went in his office. I sat there like a little puppy. Like I was day 1 in real estate 6 years ago. I go, tell me everything I need to know. Go tell me. How does this work? What do I need to look for? Can I apply the same principles with my real estate with the commercial? Should I cold call just one asset type in one area? He's like, dude, you're right on. Yes, here's what I would do. This is how I find my deals. This is how I underwrite them. Whole new learning curve. Never done it before. I sat there and I go, this is really like a lot. And then I started thinking, maybe it's easier to just keep doing what I'm doing. That's the mindset. It's easier to go back to comfort. It's easier to retract and keep doing what you're doing. And I go, that. I'm a winner. I embrace the challenge. Give me the challenge. It's difficult. Good. Difficulty creates hesitation. And hesitation and difficulty create opportunity for somebody who wants to win. So guess what? I'm going to win. I met with the next mentor. I met with this guy. Because I built this network, I can go meet with these guys from time to time. And I have the network and I have the people in my back pocket. So because there's difficulty, there's hesitation, people convert back to the path of least resistance. That's why you guys start, stop. That's why coaching works. Why? Because you take your little last dollar and you give it to a coach. And guess what? Anybody with a normal brain's not going to go throw money away and not do anything with it. It doesn't make any sense. So to go back, number 1, mindset. What I read, what I watch, who I hang out with. Speed. We need speed. We need to do things quickly. We need to learn quickly so we can start earning quickly, so we can start earning that money, saving that money, investing that money, and retiring. Because let's face it, do you guys want to cold call till you're 80 years old? No. Whatever your 5-year goal is, I would condense it and try and figure out how to do it in 6 months. All of your heads just flipped upside down. Your brain's literally just flipped. That's good. What does that mean? Listen to what's going on. Pay attention. You're going to have to think a little critically here. Think. What do you mean, Nucci? My 5-year goal is I want to own 100 rental properties. Let's just say you, not me. I want to own 100 rental properties and I want to make $1 million a year. Okay. What's happening is you are literally in your head thinking like a hurricane. How can I do this? It's creating urgency. It's creating pressure. It's creating creativity. And then you're going to start making more adjustments in your day-to-day schedule to be able to get there. I'm not perfect by any means. You're never going to be. But you got to be at least 80% of the time. You guys, literally, your whole thing is you need to spend 3 hours a day cold calling. 3 hours a day. And you can't even do that. I know it's tough, dude. I know you're going to get harassed. I know you're going to get yelled at. Who cares? Just do it. I watched a pregnant woman cold call and she got an appointment. She's never called in her life. John has never sold more than 2 houses in his life. He set a $40 million appointment. You can't lose. You can't lose if you keep shooting the ball. I could be the worst free throw shooter in history. If I keep shooting, eventually one of the balls has to go in. The principle of life. Let me just rewind this and make it simple for you. Miss, miss, miss. Tighten the elbow, change the stance, hold the ball differently. Learn. Now instead of 1 every 10, I make 2 out of 10. I make 3 out of 10. I make 4 out of 10. Instead of spending 3 hours to get 300 contact and talk to, let's say you talk to 25 to get 1 meeting, if you guys get guidance and you start studying and you start recording what you're doing, you can learn how to make this 25 turn into 3 instead of 1. Everyone thinks it's magic. How do you think it happens? Really? I cold called for 3 hours, Nucci, for 3 months, right? Nothing happened. I'm going to tell you 2 things. 1, you're not farther away from getting there. 2, if you go knock on 100 doors, you call 100 people, you didn't get 1 thing from it, right? Not 1 tangible listing. You are that much further ahead with experience. You got to be a Momo. 2-year-old. If a 2-year-old did something for 100 times, they would get better at it. That's life. Let me give you guys an example. Ready? Hey guys. That's what you do all day. So a couple videos I might watch. A couple things might be relevant. But that is a lot easier to do than this. Mindset. We're talking about how to get rich here. Let me just tell you. Number 1, mindset. Number 2, we need goals. Once we figure out everything and anything is possible, I can meet with a billionaire. I can make $1 million a year. I can make $1 million a month. Once you start believing that that's possible, which it 100% is, now the next step is, okay, let's get some goals written down. We're going to write down our goals. I used to write down my goals monthly. Literally every single month I'd make a Word document and I would write down spiritual, physical, and financial. I want to gain 5 pounds. I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to read 5 books a month or read 2 books, or I want to do 2 audiobooks. I want to pray 7 days a week, or I want to go to church, whatever it is. You write down 3 different types. So spirit, you can do body, money. So your finances, whatever it is. Let's write down the goals. Right now, we got Q3, Q4. I'll even write down my goals with you guys too, so you guys can see. Okay, so we got Q3, Q4. We write down our goals. We talked about mindset. Now we're talking about goals. You guys can change this. You're going to change this. There's going to be 45 different times where you go, you know what? I don't want that anymore. I wanted to buy a company. Now I don't want to buy a company. I want to buy real estate, or I want to buy this. It doesn't matter. Just write something. You need to start thinking. You need to have a vision. You need to have a reason why you're doing what you're doing. So just write it down and go. Put it on your screensaver. Put it on a Google Doc, Microsoft Word, whatever you want to do. Put it somewhere. Now, how are we going to get there? From knowledge, trial and error. Once we have this, I'm just going to put 1 million a year. Then we got to talk about money management and all this other. There's a million other things you guys need to learn. By the way, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is what I would say. For every 100K you make, this is what I'm doing right now. Personally. Different for me, but whatever. I would say I'm going to spend 25% of it. There's 75% left. I'm going to put, let's say, 30% in taxes. So I might even round this and I might say 30-30. Let's just say 30-30 for the sake of math. Spend, taxes, invest. 40% I'm going to invest. If I can get there, it's going to fluctuate for me between 30 and 40. Now, let me tell you guys something. For those of you that are making less than $20,000 a month, if you're a salesperson, if you're making 20 grand a month and you work a 9 to 5, you can use this. The rules and principles apply to you. Now, If you are making less than 20 grand a month, don't look at that at all. It doesn't matter to you. Why? This is flipped for you guys. Let's say you're making 6,000 a month and you got 10K to your name. You're absolutely broke. That's okay, because we're going to fix this. What I would do is I need to put this 6 grand to work. I need to make this be as minimally spent as possible. So if you live at home, great. If you can go put 1K down on a rental and go live with somebody else and get a 2K a month rental somewhere, preferably you do that, by the way, so you can be in a bigger building, a nicer building with more people that can give you more opportunity to network with. Not, oh, I got to save every dollar I have. I'm going to go live in the boonies. I'm going to live way, way out there. It's super cheap. Your drive time is going to be a lot longer, and the people you're networking with is going to be at the floor. And I would more so, let me just rephrase. If I'm making 6K a month, I would try and live off of like 3 of it and keep 3. We have 3 left and we have 10 grand of the name. You're broke. Take this 10K, take half of it, go put it into mentorship, go put it into something that you need to learn. I don't care whatever field you're in. Go find somebody that you like that crushes it in their industry and have them guide you. That's number 1. Because you need to learn how to make this 6K turn into 20K. And every month you keep reinvesting it into your brand, into your IG, into your website, into marketing. You guys need to be known. No one knows who you are. If you're making this 6 grand a month and you got 10 grand in the bank, put your back up against the wall. Give a mentor 5 grand and start building a new website, get a better logo, get better brochures, and start throwing yourself out there in the fire. By the way, these are called micro commitments. You're stuck. You make enough to have a roof over your head. You make enough to order Chipotle and play Xbox and do nothing. You don't hate your life. You don't love it. You're certainly on the lower side of hating than you are in loving it. But you want to change. You want something to be different. How do you do that? When I moved to Miami, dude, I had a little coin, but I felt comfortable. So what did I do? I started spending more than I should, so that it forced me to show up to do the thing that I didn't want to do. I came here with a little 100K in my pocket, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go get a deal within the next 3 months. I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then life happened, and it wasn't that easy. It just wasn't. And I kept spending more and investing more. Cartier bracelet, Range Rover, New York, this, that, the whole thing. I spent 30 grand in one weekend in New York. And I'm like, dude, I'm spending a lot of money. And I got scared. Now it's time to start cold calling. Now it's time to start doing this. Now it's time to start doing that. And then I put my back up against the wall. Now we're going back to phase 4 here, where we got mindset, goals, knowledge. Now let's talk about your schedule. The most important thing on this planet, your time. Here's your schedule. And I don't care if you guys like it or not. This is what it's going to have to be. For the beginning, this is year 1 to 2. This is year 1. 5:30 a.m. wake up. Again, this is going to change. Some of you guys have kids. Some of you guys this. Some of you guys that. Adjust. 5:30 a.m. wake up. It takes you 30 minutes to get your life together and get to the gym. 6 a.m. gym. 7 a.m. You're done. You're home. Nah, you're leaving. 7:30 a.m. You're going to shower, you're going to eat breakfast, and you're going to get in at your office. Because I want you guys to feel free. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel confident. I want you to call like no one's watching. 7:45 a.m. You are going to start cold calling expired listings. Off 2 different numbers, whitelisted. You're going to whitelist your numbers too. 7:45 a.m. Cold call 2 numbers twice. You're going to call this list. You're going to aim for 150 expireds. If you don't have a lot of expireds, you're going to do expired, cancel, and FSBOs. This is your goal as a real estate agent. Very simple. 1 goal. 1 appointment a day. I think we all can do that. 80% of the time. That would be Monday through Thursday. Call till about 10:45. After this, I'm going to start prepping for showings. I'm going to do my admin work. I'm going to do some emails. I'm going to do price adjustments, change the prices. Maybe a social media post if I'm doing it all on my own because I can't afford anybody to help me yet. Now, you guys are going to go on Instagram. You're going to go to the bathroom. You're going to probably want to have lunch. You're going to be a human being. That's fine. Now, 11:30 rolls around. I wouldn't do any lunch meetings. Just go do your meetings between 5 and 7 p.m. Now, I'm going to begin my follow-up. Let's say that takes an hour. 12:30. Now I'm going to start circle prospecting. 2 or 3 communities, not 100, to get 1 deal. That's my target. You can very easily get 1. Once you get 1 listing from the circle prospecting, now the floodgates open. Listing from 1 to 3 of your farming areas. Pay very close attention because what I'm about to tell you is the whole game, and then I'm getting off. Once you get the listing, number 1 thing is just listed mailers. This is like a relationship. Once you commit to the mailer, it is a 12 to 18 month plan. We are not stopping after 3 months. You're not stopping after 2 months, but I don't have any money, Nucci. I didn't get another listing from it. It's because you're not following the plan. Number one. And number two, get off your wallet and keep investing more into yourself. Get a 0% interest-free credit card for 18 months. Pay the minimum every month. You won't get charged a penalty for any interest, and you can ride the wave of this thing. Just listed mailers. Then you're going to geofence ads. You're going to go on Facebook, and you're going to just send... You're going to make your videos, your reels, all your shit that you're doing. You're going to make those videos in front of these communities, which you're also going to put a QR code on your mailer. And the QR code is going to be attached to a video that you made in front of the subdivision. So it builds familiarity and trust. I only do this for a living, so I might just be talking to talk. I can literally run ads just around this township. Not here, not here, not here. I can literally hyper focus on one market. Then once you get a listing, the open house, then you door knock 5 to 10 neighbors to have them come to the open house. And then you also circle prospect it again. You're going to call this community twice a week for a month. And then it's going to go down to once a week and then every other week. And then 2x a month. We're going to make an email that is specific to the communities. And you guys know how to set up auto searches for buyers. You're going to do that same auto search for said community, so that when every expired, every active, every closed deal that pops up in this community that you've been circle prospecting for 3 months, and you're doing open houses and you're door knocking the neighbors and you're calling it twice a week and twice a week for a month and once a week for the second month and then twice a month after that, you are going to start developing leads. And once you get these leads, they don't want to hear from you. To think about it, when you're talking to your leads, do you think these people want to talk to you for fun? They don't. This formula I've created will increase your conversion rate. When you start doing this, this is the master plan. And once you complete this master plan, you're going to start getting leads from your circle prospecting. Let's say there's 10 leads. They don't want to hear from you just to say, hello, how are you? They want tangible data. So what you're going to do is every time one of these properties in this same community expires, cancels, it goes active, closes, you're going to get a one home portal link and you're going to call Susan and John, your leads. Say, hey, Susan, how are you? It's Anthony. You spoke on the phone about a month ago. Oh, I'm good, Anthony. I'm really not interested. No, I remember, Susan. We talked about that. But I'm following up on my promise that I told you I would do. You asked me to give you an update on what's going on in the market. I wanted to let you know that your neighbor, Suzanne, right across the street from you, just sold for $1,000 a foot. Which, by the way, if you have any, I haven't seen your house yet, or maybe I have. You're probably within 5% of that $1,000 a foot mark, which would put you at $2 million. It's a lot better than I thought, but not right now. We're not. So no worries. Again, Susanna, I'm going to keep calling you every few months to let you know anything that might impact your property value. If you have any questions, please, here's my number. All the best. Talk to you soon. Boom. Bye. I hang up on her. She doesn't answer me anymore, John. Grab this link. Send a text. Hey, Suzanne. Hope you're well. Just wanted to give you an update on what's going on in your community. It's simple. You do this with 1 to 3 communities. I'm doing it right now. I'm having John, and John's my test dummy. I'm having him listen to everything I say. He listens about 60% of the time, but he's doing good. He's already met with 7 people, 7 in 2 weeks from cold calling. I don't even understand. If you guys understand the magnitude, these properties are all $5 million to $20 million because I have a listing in this community that's coming to market for $14 million. He's calling around that community saying this property is going to come to market, blah, 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 blah. And I guarantee you within a year and a half, we dominate that neighborhood because of this exact plan. The other thing that I missed with the circle prospecting, farm 3 areas, geofence, open houses, the mailers, the links to follow up with the people. The one thing that you need to do when you identify these 3 areas is very simple. It'll take you guys 2 minutes. Residential, super easy to learn. It's a joke. You need to figure out the price per square foot for dry lots, wet lots, new construction, existing homes. Act what everybody asks, $1,200 a foot, and everybody closes at $1,000 a foot. That's usually the game, Suzanne. Here's the thing. The whole game is to make money. You don't need to be in Miami. You don't need to be in California. You need a system, you need a process, and you need to follow it. If you guys do exactly that, you will win.